A great sheet of ice once covered the top of the world. Across a vanished land bridge, the first people arrived, hunters following mammoth and mastodon. They spread south, settling valleys and rivers, learning the land's secrets. Over centuries, they became the first Americans. Great civilizations rose. The ancestral Puebloans built stone cities in the southwest. Cahokia's people raised earthen mounds along the Mississippi. The Iroquois formed a powerful confederacy in the east. Then, sails appeared on the horizon. European explorers seeking gold and new routes. They brought iron, guns, and devastating diseases. The world of the first peoples was forever changed. The Spanish pushed north. The French built a fur trading empire. The English arrived to stay, building colonies along the Atlantic coast. They cleared forests, planted crops, and brought their families and laws. The stage was set for a monumental struggle. The collision of cultures would shape the destiny of a new world. The story of America was just beginning. The English colonies clung to the edge of a wild continent. Life was hard, but opportunity beckoned. Land, freedom, a new identity. Colonists began to see themselves as Americans, not just English subjects. Across the ocean, King George III tightened his grip, imposing taxes. Dissent grew and tea was dumped in Boston Harbor. Delegates gathered in Philadelphia to demand rights. The shot heard round the world at Lexington sparked the revolution. A ragtag army, led by George Washington, faced the world's mightiest military. Victory at Yorktown brought independence. In Philadelphia, leaders crafted a constitution, a government of the people, by the people, for the people. The work of building a nation had only begun. The revolution was not just a war, but a transformation. The American story was far from over. Each generation would face its own crucible. The promise of America would demand constant renewal. The young nation looked west, driven by manifest destiny. Pioneers crossed plains and mountains, seeking new lives, but at great cost to Native Americans. As America grew, so did a bitter divide. Slavery in the South, industry and abolition in the North. Compromises failed, the nation fractured. In 1861, civil war erupted, brother against brother, the bloodiest conflict in U.S. history. Lincoln led the Union, issuing the Emancipation Proclamation and redefining the war as a fight for freedom. The Union was preserved, slavery abolished, but scars remained. Reconstruction brought hope and turmoil, but its promise was betrayed as Jim Crow laws took hold. The struggle for equality would last another century. The Civil War answered one question but left many more. America's road to redemption would be long and difficult. The nation's ideals would be tested by every generation. The fight for justice and equality was far from over. The dream of a more perfect union endured. America's greatest challenges still lay ahead. The story of rebuilding was just beginning. The nation would have to heal and change. The late 1800s saw industry boom, steel mills, railroads, waves of immigrants building cities and fortunes. America became an economic powerhouse, a land of invention and ambition. The 20th century pulled the nation onto the world stage. World War I and II drew Americans into global conflict. Factories became the arsenal of democracy, millions served in uniform. The atomic bomb ended WII and America emerged a superpower locked in a Cold War with the Soviet Union. It was a battle of ideologies fought in proxy wars and a race to the moon. At home, the civil rights movement challenged America to live up to its founding ideals. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and countless others marched, sat in, and demanded equality. They faced violence with nonviolence, fighting for the right to vote and dignity for all. It was a second American Revolution, striving to make all men are created equal a reality. America's prosperity was matched by its anxieties. The threat of nuclear war loomed. The struggle for civil rights reshaped the nation. The world watched as America tried to fulfill its promise. The superpower's greatest battles were often at home. The fight for equality and justice continued. America's story was still being written. In the Cold War's heat, President Kennedy challenged America to reach the moon. In 1969, Neil Armstrong's one small step became a symbol of human achievement. The frontier was now in the stars. The decades that followed brought rapid change. Technology, the internet, and new global challenges. September 11, 2001, united the nation in grief and resolve, opening a new era of conflict. Today, America is a mosaic of cultures, languages, and beliefs. The work of democracy is never finished. The journey toward a more perfect union continues. America's thread is not ancestry but an idea, liberty, equality, and the right to dream. The spirit of reinvention and hope drives the nation forward. The divisions remain, but so does the promise. Each generation must strive to live up to America's highest ideals. The story of America is the story of that struggle. The journey is perpetual, demanding effort and courage. The nation's future is unwritten. The American story is, above all, a story of hope. And the best chapters are yet to come.